Okay, so the next assignment is your graphical abstract. Now, what is a graphical abstract? It's the one image that tells you everything about the project. So, you just have to find that one image which will tell you the entire project. Now, for that, you can refer one of my published papers. So, anywhere you can go to the publications and let us see any one paper which has a graphical abstract. So, for that, let me just scroll down. Mm, Okay. So in this paper, till this point, you have made a title, correct? Then your name, your guide's name. Now this will vary for each and every batch. Then you have written abstract. I hope you have written abstract, but left your result blank. You don't know the results yet. Next thing is you need to fill in at least five keywords. Like these are the terms that you search, and your paper should pop up. So at least put five keywords. Then comes introduction section. So introduction section, the first paragraph, you try to introduce what is the problem. Okay. The second paragraph, you try to tell what are the existing solutions we have. And in the third paragraph, you try to tell how you are going to solve it and how it is different from the existing solutions. So roughly 300 to 500 words introduction is required. That would be one of your submissions, and then you need to produce something called as graphical abstract and its explanation. So figure will have three parts. This is called the caption of the figure. Caption of the figure means it will tell about the figures just next to the figure. This figure will need some concepts, some 3D models, some clip arts, everything you can use, whatever resources. But I will not say what is this paper about, but you have to guess using at this diagram, and that is what we call graphical abstract. आपने दमशराज या पिक्शनरी खेला होगा तो वो वही चीज होती है ग्राफिकल एब्स्ट्रैक्ट इज you show one picture and that should able to tell you everything what you are doing. So for this you have to use multiple clip arts, PowerPoint, and you can name these things like this. So this is one of the examples of a graphical abstract, and then you give a detailed description of what this is. This is called alt text. Alt text means somebody who is blind, who cannot see this diagram. For him, if he reads out this, it should understand everything. So that is reverse way. First way is for the people who can see. You won't them let them read. Just see this photo and assume what I am doing. So it should be very clear for everyone. And the alt text is for the blind people. He cannot see the image, but by reading the description, all the pictures that you are showing in graphics abstract should come in front of his eyes. And then the third part is the explanation of this, which is in detail. So as shown in figure 1. So this is the third part of the graphical abstract. So graphical abstract will require a picture, its caption, and its explanation. In fact, all the figures in your research paper will have these three content: a picture, its caption, and its explanation. Caption is bit shorter, but you can see the explanation is going on and on. It is not ending here. So a full paragraph of explanation is there. So explanation can go up to three paragraphs also, and that is end of your introduction. Then you have already written literature review part, so we can skip that. Now let us go back to some electronics paper, how it looks like. So let me just try and zoom this thing. So this is another way of drawing a conceptual diagram. This is what we call the block diagram, but block diagram with some fancy things inside it. Not a regular block diagram, but it will try to show you what are the components used inside that blocks. So this is another way of showing what you are doing in this project. Once you complete your literature review, I hope you all have done that. You also might have given the references. If not, please go to the Google Scholar and download the references and paste it into your paper. Next is methodology section. So that we will write whatever we are doing in plain words. So it's like do as instructed. And then as per your submission, it should be the flow chart. You have already completed the circuit diagram. I hope you have completed the circuit diagram. So these three things are required for any electronic project. Okay, general schematic diagram, then the circuit diagram, detailed one with each and every wire connected, and finally the PCB layout. So those who have missed this, now they have to complete it, because this is one of the submissions, circuit diagram. Okay, so this figure will have three parts: A, B, and C. A will be the schematic that you draw for your simulation, B will be the circuit diagram, and C will be the PCB layout. Next, you come to the flow chart. I hope you have studied how to draw flow chart in your school days. Now, this is a picture of your project that will come later, not now. Stepwise assembly. So this is a CNN flowchart, but it is means it's hardware plus software. So those who are using Raspberry Pi, they might able to put a CNN flowchart. For others, it could be a regular flowchart. Whatever C program they have written, it should be the flowchart for that C program. Okay. So flowchart में कैसे करता है इंट्रोडक्शन और वो स्टार्ट और स्टॉप इफ यू रिमेंबर द रूल्स ऑफ flowchart. So this is how the flowchart looks like. Diamond for all the questions. Then there are two things: agree, disagree, yes, no. Start will have this kind of block. All the diagonals block are for inputs, and square blocks are for the processes. Okay. Rhombus input and output. These are the main things you will require. And some of your projects which use Arduino, they might put it in loop and will never touch the end. So your end block is just like that without any arrow to it. Along with that, you can draw something called as UML diagrams. So those who are familiar with the software, they might know about UML diagrams. These are nothing but your data flow diagrams. There are multiple types of UML diagram. You can use some of these online tools also. So you can have this kind of relationship diagram, okay, then this kind of tree diagram, or this kind of timing diagram. So anything which help you explain your project, relationship diagram, or your I think data flow diagram, everything you can use. All these are called UML diagrams. These are similar to your block diagram. Okay, so these are the next few submissions you have, and you have to complete them. And now I will explain you the soldering process. So